This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
What about Jericho? This is the era where he's on Dancing with the Stars. How important do you think it was for Jericho's overall value to the wrestling business for him to sort of leave the wrestling space and make a name outside of it?
It's always important. It's always viable. It's always a good thing if you can pull it off. As long as you don't stop your wrestling career totally, and you still got a toe in the water of pro wrestling, it can't do anything but help you. So, Chrissy's so multi-talented, God almighty. A lot of the creative you see on AEW is out of his head.
Right.
And that's beautiful. That's just, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, here's the deal. Look at it this way. He's got the got MJS group. Jericho's got his group. I think that's 10 total people. And the 10 total people's career creatively is strongly influenced by Chris Jericho. And so it's always fun. One of my favorite things to do at AEW television is to slip off to a little quiet spot and catch up with Chris. I know his family and known his kids since they were born. Love his wife. She's a sweetheart. And then we'll talk creative. And he reminds me so much of a Bill Watts or some of the great bookers that I work for in my career. He's so invested in that aspect of his life because he's finally in a role in a company that will allow him to facilitate what his creative visions are. So in other words, he's being able to write his own music, and no pun intended. So I guess that Judas is our official theme song of our company. Hey, that song's hot. It's still hot. It's a good rock and roll song, and the audience loves it. No matter, that's why I think him becoming a babyface is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So
he's probably been a babyface for a while. I mean, when you've got the entire crowd singing your song,
pretty much
very heelish. Yeah.
No, it isn't. And I think he realized that. Tony Khan realized that. And you did, of course. It's just a matter of logic and common sense. So, but he does so good for us. We haven't had him on commentary in a while. We've had to endure Don Callis a few times lately, and
I think Jericho is like the new David Crockett. I think back in the day, people were very critical of David Crockett on commentary, but you go back and you look and you listen now, and man, he was so enthusiastic. He was excited about it, and enthusiasm will overcome a lot. And, back in the day, people used to sort of mock David on Twitter and say, look at him. But when you go back and you do the watch alongs with Tony Schiavone this year, you could just feel the excitement and how into it he was. And I think that same thing could be said of Jericho, where, maybe he's not calling tope suicidas, but his enthusiasm, it makes up for all that. I thought he did a great job.
Me too. And he's got great inside knowledge of why this works, why that doesn't work, just little subtleties he can drop in there. But he's got a future. Jericho's got a big future as a broadcaster when that day comes, which I hope is no time soon. Well, it's not just about protecting my spot.
Sure.
It's about the day he does that, he's not wrestling.
Right.
And right now we need him to continue to wrestle in AEW because of the quality of the product that he brings to the table. He's still as good as, psychologically, he's probably as good as he's ever been.
Oh yeah. Promo wise and all that. He's really hitting his stride.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.